Hmm. There we go. Now we're on. All right. Can you see me? Looks like I might have to get a new computer. Every week this happens. I don't know why, but it locked up on me. But hey, hopefully you can see me. Well, it looks like Lady Prepper sees me. There we go. She's not with me tonight. I'm flying solo, guys. So if I missed something in the comments, I'm sorry. She's visiting with a friend of hers in Claremont, Florida. And I'm all on my own, so we never know what might happen here. But first off, let's see who's in the house. Glenn Anderson was number one. There we go. Debbie Jones is with us. Pauline Parker. Yeah, there we go. Amy, like I said, I just gave you a wrench. So next time you make a comment, it'll be in blue and you'll have your wrench. Come on down. Let's see who else is here. The Raiders in the house. Brother, been watching your videos, your live streams. I don't know how you do it. I couldn't go 2 or 3 hours and talk like that, but you do. Michelle J is with us. Those two right there. I hope you got your coins. I mailed them out on Monday. Hopefully you got them today. If you didn't, you'll get them tomorrow. Supposedly, that's what the post office says. Come on down. Let's see. Well, Grammy C's with us. Good to see you here. You don't get to make the lives very much, and I appreciate it. Pauline Parker. Yeah. Who else is here? Come on down. Come on down. Buzz Runner's in the house, my man. Yeah. Lynn Stalker's with us from the great city of Ocala. It's a little chilly up there in Ocala tonight, I understand. It's a little chilly down here, but not as bad as up there. Husky Mama made it. Hey, yeah, man, you got to talk. I got to talk to you. I'm going to give you a call this weekend. So, we definitely have to talk. RKW, yeah, you'll enter the giveaway next time. You should have entered it this time. Tammy Joe's with us. Craig's in the house. I saw his name. Where is he? Right there. There we go. This thing's jumping. Boom, boom, boom. These guys are making comments. Thank you for being here very much. He informed me that he will be at our meeting on March 16th. You guys need to show up. He's got a little radio set up. He'll probably show you, and you're actually going to want one of those. You're going to want to put one of those together because it's awesome. Linda Farrow's with us. Wants to say hello to everybody. Kathy C., the Iowa crowd. Hope you're doing good. Been praying for you. Absolutely been doing that. David T's in the house. There we are. Nick L., my man, the radio man. He's another radio man right there. Come on down. Who we got here? Rose is with us. You don't get to make it very often. Thank you for being here with us tonight. We got a couple of interesting topics going on tonight. Hopefully, it's things that Husky Mama Pup. Who is that? Okay. Let us know who you are. Celebrating farm life. Thank you very much, Mikey, for being here. You and me. I've been watching your videos this week. They've been great. Susan Muser's with us. Sports Mobile 83. There we go. KP Heathens with back. Man, I got a good bunch of folks here. All right. Come on down. Come on down. Who else we got here? Rebecca, there we go. You've been doing a lot of work this week. I've been watching what you've been doing with all the canning you've been doing. Holy moly. You've been busy, that's for sure. CC's back. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're back with us tonight. I'm at the bottom of the list. Let's see. Grammy's back. Sorry. Jenny Pennington's back. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much. All right. Lady Prepper, like I said, She's out of town tonight, and I'm flying solo, so you never know what might happen. She's usually sitting right over there keeping me in check. But she can't do it tonight. Hard to do from long distance. But let's get right into it. All right, y'all. Thank you for being here. Every one of you. Thank you so much. This is for you guys. I love you all. All right. Yeah, now we're ready to rock. All right, here we go. All right, good news for the people in the state of Florida. Ron DeSantis, I can go off the rails tonight, Michelle G said. Ron DeSantis is trying to get a bill through that is going to eliminate property tax in the state of Florida. Our state system has been so successful, they're looking at eliminating or lowering the property tax rate here. So the man is doing a bang-up job. So let's give him credit. If you would, send him an email, give him a call, whatever. Tell him how much you appreciate his efforts. He is trying to get this pushed through, and hopefully he will. That'll be great. So, he's going to run for president in 28. We know that. And so is that snake out in California. I don't know if you guys have seen what he's doing. He's trying to act like he's, getting a little more conservative out there, but no, it's all a show. Yeah, he's still the same snake he always was, and he always will be. Thank you, Bill, for dropping in, buddy. From St. Cloud. Yeah, I got to get back down that way. I got to get down there to the rifle range again. Patriot Ordnance is in the house. Thank you so much. I want to say good evening to everybody. But here's one that happened that I could not believe this when I saw it yesterday. I could not. The Supreme Court upheld a lower court decision stopping the Trump administration from stopping all the distribution of all of these funds going out to these sham companies or whatever. The Supreme Court upheld that. I cannot believe that. The Constitution is clear on that. The courts have no jurisdiction when it comes to executive decision, for running the day-to-day business of the United States. That's solely on the president. And when a lower court said, okay, you can't stop this, you have to pay these funds, that's unconstitutional. And the Supreme Court upheld it. I cannot believe it. I mean, we know the three liberals that are on the court was absolutely going to vote for it. And then John Roberts, Chief Justice, he's a liberal. He's just a sheep and a wolf in sheep's clothing, basically. But Amy Coney Barrett, she voted for it. Can't understand it. Cannot understand it. I don't know. They must have something on her. They must have a sex tape on her or something like that. This is not the first time she sided with the liberals on something very vital like this. But once it goes through the Supreme Court, that's it. There's nowhere else to go. So the president has to let USAID distribute $2 billion worth of funds out to these slush fund, businesses or corporations or whatever to kick back to the Democrats. But I mean, I guess you could say, all right, it was already approved and the president can't stop it. But that's not true. That's not true. According to the Constitution, the court shouldn't have been able to stop it. But it looks like they're going to have to distribute that out to those slush funds for the Democrats. But hopefully next year, he'll be able to stop that, which he can. He can stop it. If they pass a budget, he has to sign off on it and approve it. So hopefully next year when they propose this budget, or they're not going to propose a budget, when they kick the continuing resolution down the road, he'll just say, no, I'm not going to sign that. And that'll be all of that. What we got here? The only way to put a stop to judges here is to close good old USA and start the country all over again. I know a guy that has said that in the past. We're done, guys. We're going to get into that a little more here in just a little bit. But you're absolutely right. It's all corrupt. The judicial branch has no say, according to the Constitution, in matters that are under the executive branch. But the Supreme Court just ruled that they do. So, like you said, it's all got to crumble before it's going to be rebuilt right. I've said that before. That's it. We're done. We're going to get into that in just a few minutes. Oh, who we got here? Oh, yeah, EMT's back. Thank you so much. Oh, there's definitely something wrong with her. Yeah, they got something on her. Absolutely. They have something on her. Like I said, I don't know if it's a sex tape or if they threatened her family, got hold of one of her kids hostage or whatever. She just definitely, she's made so many questionable calls since Donald Trump appointed her. It's ridiculous. Put any questions in caps, guys. Like I said, I'm flying solo tonight. I might not be able to see them all. But there's Scorpion, my man right there. Thank you so much. Everybody enjoyed those coins you made for me. They are awesome, that's for sure. Anyone ruling against the Constitution is a criminal. Guess what? I've said that before. Jax is back. Thank you so much. Thank you. What they should do is when a federal judge who is just appointed, they weren't elected, they were appointed by presidents. But when a federal judge makes an unconstitutional ruling, they should instantly be suspended and have a hearing in front of the Supreme Court. Now, Supreme Court works every year from October to June. I think they can spare a couple of weeks in there somewhere or after that to have hearings for all of these judges that make these unconstitutional rulings. Once they do that, they've broken the law. They shouldn't be able to sit on the bench anymore. But we'll leave it up to the Supreme Court to make that decision. Schedule hearings for all the judges that's charged with that. Until they get there, they're suspended. They can't make any rulings. They can't sit on the bench. But then schedule those hearings. Maybe the Supreme Court has to work till the third week of June instead of the first day of June. Okay, and have these hearings and weed out these judges that are legislating from the bench. You can't do that. It's not legal. We got to stop it somehow. Now, that's a civil way to do it. But they're going to keep pushing it, and they're going to get it done the hard way. And when that happens, it ain't going to be pretty. Ain't going to be pretty at all, guys, because there's only one way to do it. If they won't do it legally, it's time. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to get kicked off the air here. What we got here? Thank you. Agree. Definitely appreciate the prayers. Absolutely. Absolutely. Who we got here? Jax, yeah, I already gave you a call. I'm glad you're back, brother. But Husky Mama got a question down here. Had to pause. You've known Husky Mama. The wolf like, yeah, okay. But hey, that was a ridiculous ruling that came down out of the Supreme Court. It's absolutely unconstitutional. But there's nowhere to go after that. That's it. There's nowhere we can go after that. So what our president has to do now is focus on the next budget, the next continuing resolution that comes down the road, and take all of those slush funds out of there. Don't sign it. You know, if it means shutting down the government, shut it down. I don't give a damn. It's time for it to shut down anyway. It's all corrupt. It's all crooked. So shut it down. I think that would be the best thing to happen. Oh, I'm about to get off on a rant here. Let me go on by. Hill Bill's in the house. What's going on, buddy? Our favorite Ukrainian, Zelensky, when he had his little argument and blow up in the White House, he ran straight to Europe looking for support over there. And the Europeans decided they're going to back him up 100%. And England and France and Germany, they've all decided they're going to give him what he needs to fight that war. But that ain't going to work. Ain't going to work, guys, because they have very, very few arms left on their own. But Europe, the European Union and the European nations are wanting a war because they're all broke. They have to have that industry. They have to have that military industry kicked in to try to generate their economy. But here's the beauty of NATO pretty much said today that they are going to support Zelensky. But the United States is not going to support NATO in that effort. And it's not that Trump is siding with Russia, and I got something to get into on that one too here in just a few minutes. But it's just that no, we don't need to be feeding that beast anymore. We've given them enough. It never should have started in the first place. If we didn't have a weak president, a weak administration in place, Russia would have never went into Ukraine. So we don't need to keep feeding that beast. But right here, this right here, this ain't good. Macron has said that, they'll use their nuclear arsenal to protect their European allies. Well, once Europe gets involved in Ukraine, and then Russia takes out a couple of their battalions over there in Ukraine, then the first thing they're going to do is start shouting Article 5, NATO, Article 5. Every country has to come and protect us. No, it's not going to happen. So Trump should just go ahead and get out of the NATO. He can do it. Now, I saw somebody the other day, another prepper channel, talking about how it can't be done. Donald Trump can't do it. Yes, he can. We signed a treaty to get into NATO. The president signed it to make it official, and a president can get out. It takes 1 year's notice. If Donald Trump wants to get out of NATO in March of next year, he has to tell them this year. Now, between now and then, he's legally bound to protect NATO nations. But the NATO agreement doesn't say what we have to do. If we just want to send them a couple of tanks or, maybe a few airplanes, we could do that. As long as we're helping, we're within the legal bounds of that treaty. We don't have to do a lot, that's for sure, but we have to do something. And then 1 year from now, we can say, okay, you're on your own. That's where it needs to go. That's absolute. We need to get out of NATO. We need to get out of the UN. You've heard me say that before. They need to tell the UN, get the hell out of here. Their main headquarters is in New York. That's a nice office building up there. They could make some nice condos in there. Just tell them we're done. We're out of here. Yeah, I'm an isolationist. Yeah, I damn sure am. I'm a nationalist too. If you're like the liberals and you think that's racist, well, that's on you. That's your luggage to carry, not mine. It's that simple. I'm just telling you the way I feel. Let me check the comments over here. See what's going on. All right. But hey, something's got to be done. We can't keep going the way we are, especially in this war effort. We can't go on forever. It's that simple. But, I'm sure, I don't know. I think they might bail out on them, but maybe not. We'll see what's happening. But Europe is all in on it. They've already said they're all in on protecting Ukraine. England and France and Germany. But they don't really have a lot they can offer. They offered $8 billion. They give them $8 billion. That's going to last, 2 weeks? By the time they launder that and flush it out, and kick it back to the politicians, in 2 weeks, it's gone. It's that simple. But, of course, everybody's talking about what happened, on Tuesday night. The majority of Americans agreed. They liked it. They liked what happened. They watched the president. They appreciated what he said. They approved of it. 76% of the people that watched it agreed. But, of course, we know who didn't. Obama Light, Jeffries, House Minority Leader. He said Trump was divisive, his worst divisive speech in the history of America. But we expected that because he didn't pander, to perverts or people of color. He just laid it out there and said, okay, this is what we're going to do going forward. You have to achieve on your own. We're going to save this country money. We're going to do the best we can to get everything lined up where, it's not costing us $1 trillion extra every year. But of course, the Democrats didn't like that. We know that. You could tell by their reaction. It was a joke. And even when Trump was talking about like the little kid that was the, honorary Secret Service agent, or, the family of the fireman that was killed in Pennsylvania, or the guy that returned from the returning hostage from the Middle East. The Democrats just sat there on their hands, holding up their little paddles, Ooh, what a protest. It's ridiculous. If they cannot honor just human decency, we're done. They're done. They're done. The Democratic Party is dead. It's that simple. They're done. Everybody saw it. They don't know where they are. They're more lost than the Israelites in the desert. You know what I'm saying? They don't know where to go or what to do. They think I saw a professor from Columbia University today on MSNBC talking about how Doge is racist because they're cutting funds. They're racist. The Democrats hadn't learned shit. They got to get off of all that crap. That's why they got the hell beat out of them in November. And it's not going to get any better unless they do something different. They need different people running that party because the platform they've been running on, they have played it out. They played the race card so much, nobody cares anymore. Everybody knows it's crap. It's time to find some leaders that want to connect with the people of the United States. Now, my parents were Democrats. I grew up in a Democrat household. All that changed when Jimmy Carter was elected. He ruined everything he could. And he was considered the worst president in history until this last one came along. And that's why everybody is leaving the Democrat Party. I'm not a Republican. Don't think that. Just yesterday, this appeared on One American News, their network, their page. And I made a comment on it. You can see right there that Trump gave Hamas another ultimatum. Let them go or there's going to be hell to pay. You're going to, And I just made the comment. They called that bluff once and nothing happened. And those people over there jumped on me like I wished the plague on the guy. So it's not just the Democrats. It's the Republicans too. We are so divided. We've got to get this country back together. That's the only way we're going to survive. If we can't get to where we can disagree, we can agree to disagree, and everybody do their own thing and, support, what you want to support and let that person support what they want to support. It's so scattered. It's so tribal right now. If you're a Democrat, you hate Republicans. If you're a Republican, you hate Democrats. If you're a liberal, a libertarian, both of them hate you. It's that simple. We got to stop that, guys. This is the kind of thing that leads to civil war. We have to get to the point where we can tolerate each other, have civil conversations, and still be friends. It wasn't like, who turned all this around this way was Barack Obama. Before him, it wasn't that way. He's the one that started this crap. He did exactly what he intended to do. Divide this country and make it where, we were so divisive that we would never, join together and stand up against this government. He said he was going to fundamentally change the United States. He did. Did a damn good job at it too. Me being a religious person, I think he'll burn in hell for it, but that's not my judgment. I can't make that judgment. That's just my opinion. But what he did to this country, it was terrible, and it's been going even worse and worse ever since. And Tuesday night was proof of that. When Democrats don't have the common decency to respect American heroes, they want to sit on their hands or, sit there on their cell phones like Pocahontas did, like she wasn't paying attention. We're done. We're done, guys. So you need to get ready for what's coming. It's never, ever going to get back together until it totally collapses. It's over. We're too far apart. But I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. But, just keep your eyes on what's happening. It's not getting any better. It's only getting worse every day. And you got to be ready for it. All right, I'm done. I'm through harping on that. I'm done with that. All right. Sorry if I got off on a rant, guys. Yeah, Democrats don't want to change. Absolutely. They like where they are. They love their platform. They think everybody's racist and anybody that don't agree with them's a Nazi, a fascist or what. And they're the fascists. They're the ones that don't want, free, open conversation. They're the ones that don't want that. So guess what? When one of them tries to shut you down, they start that name calling, just back off. Okay. But never forget, remember who they are. Because the day is coming. I told Pam the other night, I always said there couldn't be a civil war because we don't know where the lines are going to be drawn. Well, now we do. The lines are drawn with common decency. So remember, everybody that disrespects you, everybody that's against you just simply because you have a different idea than they do. Remember that. Don't ever forget it. That's going to be your enemy when the shit goes down. It's that simple. All right. I said I was done. Let me get off of that. All right. Made a couple of videos this week. Hopefully you saw them. If you didn't, go check them out. They're on the channel. They're about this little item right here. It is a tactical flashlight that you can attach to your tool of choice. Got it from Fiachi. Justin and the folks over there sent it to me to do a review on, and I did. It is a fantastic piece of equipment, guys. Go over there and check them out. There's a link down below to their website. Use that promo code you see right there, Prepper20. You get 20% off your entire order, not just this flashlight. But go check those videos out. YouTube has suppressed the hell out of them. Anything Second Amendment related, YouTube suppresses the crap out of it. I think these past two videos that I did about this flashlight are the least watched videos I've ever had. They're just not putting them out there for people to see. So if you haven't seen them, go over and check them out. Great little piece of equipment. And I'm going to give you another reason that you should watch it and see how this thing works. I'm going to give this away. Ain't figured out yet how I'm going to do it, but it's a nice piece of equipment. You'll see it in those videos. I'm going to give it to somebody. We'll see who when I figure out how. It's that simple. Remember that code, Prepper20. One more thing, our meet and greet on March 6th, Sunday, March the 16th at 2 p.m. at Blue Jacket Park here in Orlando. I hope you guys can make it. I know a lot of you can't. You're not local. But for those of you that are here in the Central Florida area, come on over and join us. Like I said before, bring your cooler, bring a couple of lawn chairs. Let's kick back and relax in the park and just have a little conversation, a little fun, have a little get together. That would be great if you could join us. I'd greatly appreciate every one of you being there that can make it. I know if you're not local, you ain't going to make it. So that's fine. I understand. But I've used up my 30 minutes of your time, and I am so grateful that you let me do that. Thank you very much, guys. Keep your eyes on the ball. Like I said, it's only going to get worse. It ain't getting any better. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it looks like it is going to happen. We know war is going to break out in Europe. They're begging for it. And when that happens, it's going to affect us here. because if one of them big ones pop off, it's going to be a mess for everybody. Keep watching, keep preparing, don't let up. Just because we got an ally in the White House don't mean it's time to let up. So with that, I'm going to say stay strong, keep prepping, and pray for the USA. I love every one of you. Thank you for being here. The Orlando Prepper is out.